Hollywood. From Hollywood. Welcome to the Rat's Ass Podcast with Mojo Elliott.
And here we go with another Monday. You know what? We've only got 2 shows left in 2025 after today.
Who gives a rat's ass?
Well, I do, man. I need a couple of weeks off to chillax. I gotta get in touch with myself again, if you know what I'm saying. And I think you do. From the Mojo Studio on Sunset and Vine, who is up for another action-packed adventure?
Let's do it.
Here's what's on tap on the Wrap. It's time to wake up and smell the damn coffee, America. The UK government has arrested thousands for comments made on social media, but it's a hell of a lot worse than you can imagine. They've got quite the scandal in Michigan, don't they? Have you heard the latest twist? Ooh, it's getting steamier. Billboard has released its list of their 25 top comedians for the 21st century. Let's see if we all agree about this one. And it's quite possible Fleabag has a music or a movie quiz for us coming up. Plus, another round of head trauma is definitely on the way. Get ready to take the screen test. Screen test coming, screen test coming. Plus, our usual lunacy and loose behavior, including I Saw It on the X and the Angry American. Yeah, we'll see what's got him bent out of shape today. All right, that's what's happening today on the Rat's Ass Podcast for Monday. It is December 15th, only 16 days left in 2025. Or if you're listening to this later in the week, you can do your own damn math. The Final Four of Radio Wars kicked off today. You can follow all the action on the blog at ratsasspodcast.com. The Final Four stations are KRFX in Denver, WAFX in Norfolk, WARO in Fort Myers, and WCMF in Rochester, New York. What's interesting about this whole battle that we've done is there's only one station in the top 25 to make it to the Final Four. Yeah, a lot of sucky classic rock stations out there, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of sucky ones. Inconsistent radio. Drives me nuts. But anyway, the winner will be announced on next Monday's show. Have I mentioned it'll be the last one before we take off for Christmas break? I'll try to calm down a little bit here. All right, Fleabag, to confirm, do you have a TikTok quiz today? Movie or music trivia? You do? Good. Okay, fabulous. You want to do it now? You want to do it later? Later, okay. Why? Oh, you're still putting it together? Okay, you got it, Mang. We'll do this in a little bit later on here on the podcast. All right, let's get into the wrap today then. What a weekend of complete, utter chaos. You know, first we had the shooting at Brown University, then the shooting in Australia at Bondi Beach. 3 Americans murdered by Syria, or in Syria by ISIS. And President Trump has said there will be severe retaliation for that. And finally, the death of actor-director Rob Reiner and his wife, Michelle. Very shocking stuff over the weekend, and may the deceased all rest in peace. I do have to tell you that after a weekend like this one, it's really difficult to come in here and do a podcast full of lunacy and loose behavior, but fortunately, as an experienced radio professional, we just simply continue on for being what we're known for. So I will carry on. Now, I will say I'm happy to see 2025 go. It has been an insanely screwed up year. I mean, we barely got over our hangovers, and we were dealing with fires here in L.A. last January. I was evacuated from that. Fortunately, we were spared, where a lot of others weren't. And God bless government for wanting to help out. Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass here in L.A. Here we are almost a year later, and nothing's been done. Don't you just love big government? They're always here to help. Ronald Reagan said it best. The 9 scariest words in the English language are, I'm from the government and I'm here to help. God, if you could ever just learn one lesson, it's that one right there. I will also say that the new year coming up doesn't thrill me. You know, we used to look forward to the new year as new beginnings, but my God, we know what's coming to New York City when Ma'am Scammy takes over. It's going to be the UK, if not worse, with all these radicalized Muslims feeling emboldened. Did you see in Dearborn, Michigan, where the mayor there told an American citizen he was no longer welcome in Dearborn because he objected to them naming a street after a Muslim? Actually told him to pack up and move. This is a guy telling an American citizen to leave his city, leave his country. Folks, it is time to wake up, America. Stop being passive and being concerned about being called a name. Well, you know what's going to happen? All of those freedoms that you take for granted now, they're going to go away quicker than you can say, hey, who wants bacon?
Say there, Mojo. Oh, what am I going to do with you?
Yes, Satan, what are you going to do with me?
I'll just tell you right now, you shouldn't make fun of the Muslims like that.
I wasn't making fun of the Muslims. I was doing a factual news story. How in the hell was I making fun of Muslims?
Well, you made a bacon reference.
Was that wrong? Should I not make a bacon reference?
That's right. You cannot use Muslim and bacon in the same sentence. They find it very offensive.
So I should be worried about offending them then, right? Well, you know what? The last time I checked, Satan, this is America, and I'm protected by the First Amendment.
Oh, you just keep thinking that, bacon boy. Oh, you really crack me up. Why don't you go do your little podcast? I've got people to burn.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Satan. Appreciate it. And for their information, I'm always locked and loaded. I mean, my God, my doors are always locked, and I'm always loaded. All right, in case you weren't aware, the UK has been locking people up for comments made on social media. And it's worse than we thought. We thought it was just a few people here, a few people there. Nope, not the case. Elon Musk posted these numbers on X over the weekend, and I was quite shocked by it. In the UK, they have arrested 12,783 people plus. In Belarus, 6,250 and counting. Germany, 3,500 plus. And in China, which you would think would be number one in the communist region of China, 1,500 people and growing. Here in the USA, it's only 50. It should be zero, but, there's always some wackos out there making threats they shouldn't. But you see where this is headed, don't you? Governments used to be able to walk around in the shadows, and they hate it when we get together and chat. Absolutely hate it. And I'll say this again, you got to beware of the Democrats and their dipshittery. All right, the University of Michigan has quite the scandal happening right now. They have scandal after scandal, more than any university, I think. I haven't counted them up, but if I did, I bet you Michigan's number one on the list. I mean, right now they have an ex-football coach they fired, Sharon Moore, and an unnamed assistant by the university, but some media reports say her name is Paige Shilver. But, we'll wait until that's firmly confirmed. But the latest is, all of this drama started when Moore fired his assistant, who he had been having an affair with. You see, this is why I always tell you guys, you never want to mix your work with your wang. I always tell you this. It's called Dancing with the Devil in the Pale Moonlight. Now, Moore's attraction to that white gold, are you ready for this? It cost him $30 million.
Holy shit!
And guess what? He won't be the last, because we all know that white gold can drive a man insane. All right, Billboard magazine has released its list of the top 25 comedians of the 21st century. And of course, I have issues with it. I'm serious. These magazines, I don't care if it's Billboard or Rolling Stone, they always do these bogus lists, and they throw a few names in that'll get us to react like I am right now. But this time they went overboard. Have you ever heard of a comedian named Maria Bamford, Nate Bargatze, Dave Attell, Mitch Hedberg, and Ali Wong? I sure as hell haven't. And I pay attention to comedians. We play them here on the Mojo's Fuggin' Funny, for crying out loud. And here's another one on the list, Jon Stewart. How in the hell does he get on the list? I mean, he's basically a political commentator on a community access channel called Comedy Central. I mean, he was bypassed by ABC, CBS, and NBC when they were having their late-night TV shakeups. And he went away for a while and came back to the community access channel, low-rated Comedy Central. And then they got Sarah Silverman on this list, on the top 25. I would say Sarah probably belongs, but you know who they left off? Nikki Glaser. That right there tells me this list is as bogus as a $3 bill. Now, some of the notables who made it, and rightfully so, Chris Rock, Louis C.K., Bill Burr, Jerry Seinfeld, Adam Sandler, Robin Williams, Kevin Hart, Jim Gaffigan, Ricky Gervais. I know what you're asking. Where's Dave Chappelle? Well, he was ranked number one. But quite honestly, I'd rank Robin Williams ahead of him because of all of his TV, movie success, also on the stage as a comedian. I'd put him actually number two behind George Carlin, maybe number one because of Robin's success all the way around. All right, Fleabag, are you ready with this TikTok quiz? Shaking your head no. Well, what in the hell are you waiting for, man? Let's go while we're young. Okay, all right. We'll do it later. All right, while we wait for Fleabag to get his dookie together, let's find out what's bugging the angry American who's toasting his gonads today. This is Tim Kramer.
Hey, to you morons at the GOP via WinRed, stop sending me shit. I'm not giving you any money. Primarily because you haven't delivered on the promises from 2 years ago, let alone funding the lies of tomorrow. No, you don't get any more of my money, and you're teetering on not getting any more of my support at all. Why? Because you haven't done what you promised. You said there would be accountability, that you would support Trump and make accountability job one. We haven't seen one fucking perp walk. What happened to that 2020 rigged election? We can't get our nation back on track with all these criminals running around, but here we are. So no, I'm not going to give you any more fucking money. You send me these emails, I know that that's all you want is money. How do I know that? Well, because that's the way it's set up. You sent me this long email asking me all these questions, right? There's what they call the level of engagement. And I was engaged deeply. I was telling you what I really thought. And I got down all the way to the end, and I was going to send it to you, but you have to give a donation. Tom Cotton, the rest of these fuckers on this list that sent me this same exact email, they don't want to know what I think unless I send them money. They don't want to know what an American's opinion is unless there's cash attached. You cannot forward the email without sending a donation. It's disgusting, you fucking pigs, after everything we've been through. You want our money, but you won't listen to us? Well, if you won't listen to me, you ain't getting my fucking money!
And 90% of that goes ditto for me.
I tried to stop him, but he threatened to change my name to Hillary Ballsack.
Oh, the threat's still there, baby.
Here's Mojo Elliott with sports on the wrap.
All right, the official end to the Chiefs' kingdom went down in flames on Sunday as the Los Angeles Chargers beat the Chiefs 16-13. Unfortunately, Pat Mahomes' season ended with an ACL injury. And while we Raider fans finally have something to be excited about, I, for one, hope that Pat Mahomes is back next year and playing at his best. I actually like that guy. I'd love to have him as a quarterback of the Raiders, even with one bad leg. Denver Broncos spanked Green Bay to drop them behind Chicago. The Packers also lost defensive lineman Micah Parsons to an ACL injury. A couple of big injuries yesterday. Devontae Adams, hamstring injury. That's going to play big for the Rams possibly, too, in the last few weeks. Buffalo was down by 21, but rallied to beat New England, and the Rams did beat Detroit, which means the Lions need to win out to have a shot at the playoffs. The big story was the return of 44-year-old Phillip Rivers at quarterback for the Colts. They picked him up off the street, and he almost beat Seattle, man. I mean, if Rivers can walk off the street and play like he did, how hard can it be to play quarterback in the NFL? How hard can it be? All right, I went 4-0 with my Pick 'em 4 money picks, so I'm sitting here on a pile of dough today, and it feels squishy on my tushy. Yeah, I like to sit on piles of money. But it was another rough week overall, 8-7 so far. I've got Miami beating Pittsburgh tonight. I'm not really feeling that confident. I'm like 6-7 on this one. But it's in Pittsburgh. But I'll tell you what, home field advantage doesn't mean squat anymore. Congratulations to Heisman Trophy winner Fernando Mendoza from Indiana. He was overshadowed, though, by Vanderbilt quarterback Diego Pavia, who openly told the Heisman voters to go "Ukfe himselves they." And that's pig Latin for you. Checking the chat box at ratsasspodcast.com. Jack Cease, Jersey City, New Jersey, said, "Have you heard rumors about Michael Jordan and LeBron James teaming up, buying the Brooklyn Nets and moving them to Las Vegas?" Really? No, I haven't heard that one, Jack. That's a new one on me. I mean, don't the Nets draw fairly well at Barclays? I mean, I find it hard to believe that the NBA would want to lose, a second team in the largest city in the country. Fleabag, can you check the attendance figures for me for Barclays, please, and get back to me so we can? I'm curious just to find out where they're at. Matty Thompson, Las Vegas, Nevada. What did you think about Kenny Pickett's performance for the Raiders? Well, I've been saying this the whole season. Everybody's been screaming to replace Geno Smith, give Kenny Pickett a chance. Well, he should have known the Philadelphia Eagles that he played for last year fairly well. They lost 31-0. Read my lips. It's not Geno Smith. Thanks, Fleabag. What do you got? You got the numbers? All right, text it to me real quick. He says the Nets sell out 98% of the capacity at Barclays, but rank 25th overall in NBA attendance. Well, I mean, if they're selling 98% of the time, Jack, I don't think they're going to move that team. I mean, I know the NBA wants to relocate to Las Vegas and possibly Seattle and maybe somewhere in Canada. So I really don't see the Brooklyn Nets moving. So I'll keep an eye on it for you. All right, that is sports today on The Wrap.
Rat's Ass Podcast. Head trauma.
All right, today we are going to take the screen test. Well, you are. I'm going to give you the information. I'm going to give you the names of 3 actors, and you have to tell me the names of their first movie. And it's tough because I'll have the answers to you by the time you Google it. All right, here are the actors. Ryan Gosling, Keanu Reeves, and Jack Black. What movies were their first? I need the names. Think about it. I'll have the answer for you coming up on the podcast.
It's time for some loose behavior on the Rat's Ass
We
Podcast.
could use it after this weekend, huh? All right, let's see what's happening on the Rat's Ass Podcast X feed. This is called I Saw It on the X. Damian Scott posted this one. He said, name an actor who nailed a character so hard, no one will ever be able to live up to them. All right, so I went through all the answers and I picked up the top 3. Val Kilmer is Doc Holliday in Tombstone. I think we all agree on that one. Number 2, Johnny Depp is Captain Jack Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean. Bingo again. And number 3 was Heath Ledger as the Joker in Dark Knight. So I think they're all true, but here's what really surprised me, that nobody guessed Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice in Beetlejuice. And no, I won't say it a third time. I'm scared. But here's an odd one, though. I scrolled through, I don't know how many names, maybe 200, and not one offered up a female. But I will. I think Jennifer Aniston nailed the role of Dr. Julia Harris in Horrible Bosses. Nobody will be able to top this.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a squirter, Dale. Oh, you know what? I think I can make out our little friend right there. Stop it. Oh, Shabbat Shalom. Somebody's circumcised.
Hey, heads up. Here comes your celebrity cheese.
Yeah, I threw in the jingle bells for effect there for you. All right, as I mentioned in the open, director Rob Reiner, actor-director, and his wife Michelle were murdered allegedly by their son Nick over the weekend. Now, according to Page 6, he's been arrested for killing his parents with a knife. TMZ is reporting that Rob and Nick got into an extremely heated argument at a Christmas party thrown by Conan O'Brien on Saturday night. It was so bad, everybody was watching this whole thing go down. Then Rob and Michelle picked up and left and went home, but nobody was saying if Nick followed or not. There will be more from this investigation in the coming days, but we'll be waiting. Peter Green, who played the role of Zed in Pulp Fiction, who had that really cool Harley, the Choppa, and Dorian in The Mask, was found dead in his New York apartment over the weekend. Actually, it was on Friday, the day he was scheduled to have a benign tumor removed from his lung. Well, no foul play is expected, and autopsy is being done to determine his cause of death. I mean, what a weekend this weekend was. So much chaos, death, and destruction. Wow. Things got awkward for Ben Affleck at his kid's school play, where he was forced to avoid his ex-wife, Jennifer Lopez, while he hung out with his other ex-wife, Jennifer Garner. He's got a tough life, Ben Affleck. Both Lopez and Garner had children starring in the same school production. Now, on the outside, Ben felt kind of awkward, but on the inside, he's thinking, man, I can't believe I tapped the asses of these ladies in their prime. All right, everyone is making a big deal about Taylor Swift holding Travis Kelce's brother's daughter at the Chiefs game on Sunday. Social media went nuts as always, about Taylor Swift, and it had some speculating that Taylor's biological clock must be going tick, 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 tick. But you and I know that if anybody pops out a kid, it's going to be Travis Kelce. You know it, and I know it. All right, and our party girl, Britney Spears, was out this weekend. Guess who she was partying with? Kind of a late birthday celebration. It was her old party pal, Paris Hilton. Yeah, they were hanging out over the weekend. They weren't chasing men, though. They were hanging out with Hilton's 2 kids. So the count continues. Britney has been single now for 296 days.
Who gives a rat's ass?
Rat's Ass Podcast. Email from our Gmail.
All right, this is where anything goes based on your questions, comments, and observations. Todd G., Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, said, I got a kick out of your Christmas wish list on your blog, and you called it your big, beautiful bundle. Yes, I did. The one that stood out most to me was the picture IDs on Social Security cards. It's ridiculous this hasn't been established yet. I agree. We should have picture IDs on Social Security cards, as well as our driver's license, and you need them both to go vote. You can check out the whole big, beautiful bundle of my Christmas wishes on the blog at ratsasspodcast.com right now. Melody W., Florence, South Carolina, said, have you ever voted for a Democrat in your life? No, I haven't, Melody. But I'm not against it. You know, you find me somebody that steps up, who's qualified, who is, let's just say, they like limited government, capitalist, believes in personal freedom. Yeah. If you give me a Democrat to sell me on that one, and maybe I will. Craig H., St. Cloud, Minnesota. I'm curious to hear your stance on the Somalis in Minnesota. Well, buckle up, my friend, because here's a group of people that was brought here by Barack Obama, and they had an opportunity to really settle in, make a better life for themselves. And what did they decide to do? They decided to steal from the American taxpayer. So here's my stance. They can all get the hell out. I know you're going to probably have some good Somalis, and the evil ones will go, but I think you got to get them all out. Can't take the chance that somebody's going to try and rip us off again. All right, Amy L., Vancouver, Canada. Unless you enjoy being ripped off, unless you like your tax dollars going to other countries. Now, if you're like that, then just keep voting for the Democratic dipshittery. All right, Amy, Vancouver, Canada. I'm finding it amusing how you relentlessly attack Gavin Newsom on social media. If I were a doctor, I'd diagnose you with NDS, Newsom derangement syndrome. No, I don't have the syndrome. I just have a need to warn everybody in the other 49 states that this guy is a loser. He's not somebody that you want to have as the president of the United States of America. And we'll just let his record speak for himself. Okay, you go to my X feed, it's all there for you. How many of the things we are number one in this country, and it's none of the things anybody wants to be number one for in any state in this country. You want to burn down the United States of America? Yeah, vote this guy in. So, but, if you got any kind of medication or pills that'll calm me down, send them my way. All right, Noah T., Cambridge, Inc. Did I just sound like Bill Clinton there? I think I just kind of broke into Bill Clinton right there. Hey, Monica, where you at? Bring me that blue dress, baby. Noah T., Cambridge, England. I met an American girl from California recently, and we're getting together later this week, and it just hit me, Cambridge, England. So I better be careful. I better be careful here, Noah. Okay. He said, what can I say that'll get her in me Murphy? I'm assuming you mean by me Murphy, that's your bed. Well, it's easy. What you want to do is you want to lie to her. Give her some baked up story that you're related to Mick Jagger. American girls just absolutely love a good lie that leads to sex in a foreign country.
That's just about enough of that.
All right, if you have any questions, comments, or observations, send them to my producer, Fleabag, at ratsasspodcast@gmail.com. All right, Fleabag, are we going to do this trivia or not? Are we going to get it on today? Okay, so you are ready. All right, cool deal. All right, well, let me just give everybody a background on why we're doing this, okay? If you're not aware, Fleabag has a gambling problem, and he owes me $5,000. And he's got till the end of this year to pay up, unless he can erase this debt. And I'm trying to help him erase the debt by giving him a chance to stump me with TikTok quizzes that he finds so amusing. So after 50 questions, I got all 50 right, so I froze the dollar amount at $5,000, or he would owe me $7,500 right now. But I gave him a break, gave him a bank of 50 questions, and all he had to do was stump me just one time, and his debt will be erased. Okay, so we got 30 questions. We got, how many today? 10, right? Okay, so that means you'll need 10 on Thursday and 10 next Monday, because I don't want to be dealing with this next year. 2026, Rat's Ass Podcast has got some changes coming. All good changes. Fleabag will be here. Alexa will be here. No personnel changes. Yeah, I like my crew. But let's do this. I'm ready to go. What do we got? Movies or music today?
70s movie quiz.
Movies.
If you can get 10 out of 10, you're the brain boss. Which actor played Willy Wonka in the 1971 movie?
1971, Gene Wilder.
Gene Wilder.
Okay. Number 2.
Who was the director of the 1975 movie Jaws?
Oh, that's a gimme. Steven Spielberg.
Steven Spielberg. What city is the 1976 movie Taxi Driver set in?
You talking to me? You talking to me? New York.
New York. What year was Star Wars A New Hope released?
1977. I know that, Fleabag, even though I've never seen Star Wars. I know it.
1977.
Yeah.
In the 76 movie Rocky, who is the heavyweight champion Rocky fights?
Oh, God, let me think. Oh, this is a tough one. Apollo Creed.
Apollo Creed.
Yes.
In The Godfather, who is the head of the Corleone family?
Don Vito Corleone.
Don Vito Corleone.
Yes.
Who played Ripley in the 1979 movie Alien?
Well, believe it or not, it was Sigourney Weaver.
Sigourney Weaver. In Apocalypse Now, what famous song plays during the helicopter attack scene?
Oh, I masturbate to this. Rise of the Valkyries.
Ride of the Valkyries. Get ready for your last 2 questions. Comment your score below and follow for more fun quizzes.
Sure, I'm ready.
Miss Eglantine Price is a character from which 1971 movie?
Bedknobs and Broomsticks.
Bedknobs and Broomsticks. In Close Encounters of the Third Kind, what location becomes the meeting point for the alien contact?
Devil's Tower.
Devil's Tower.
Yeah, see, I was a Close Encounters of a Third Kind guy. I didn't watch Star Wars, but here's why I knew 1977 is because there was a piece we did here on the podcast, Fleabag, that talked about, what was it, maybe 5-6 episodes ago, that Star Wars, the people that went in 77 to stand in line, most of those people are in their 70s now. Put that in perspective for Star Wars, how long it's been around. Yeah, late 60s, early 70s. And the other one, you should have done this quiz on Thursday. You didn't have it ready to go, but you should have done it then because over the weekend, Dick Van Dyke turned 100 years old. And I was reading about him, and I happened to read about Bedknobs and Broomsticks. And I would have never got that question right had you done this quiz on Thursday. Say you procrastinated. You're lucky the dollar amount isn't going up and going up and going up and going up. Hang on a second. Why is this board not working? Did I press the wrong damn button again, Fleabag? Let's find out.
Rat's Ass Podcast. Head trauma.
Oh, it's called turning the volume up sometimes. I get it. All right, we're playing the screen test today. I gave you the names of 3 actors, and you have to tell me the names of their first movie. You better not have Googled this. I don't think you had time. Okay, the actors were Ryan Gosling, Keanu Reeves, and Jack Black. All right, if you guessed. Frankenstein and Me for Ryan Gosling, Youngblood for Keanu Reeves, and Bob Roberts for Jack Black.
Yeah, baby.
Congratulations. You got it right. And if you missed it, go see a doctor about your head trauma. All right, I got to get. You know, I lost my side hustle of selling Bibles to atheists. I didn't sell a damn one in 3 days, and they said, get out of here. But I'll tell you what, several paid me to go away. So that was a nice wad of cash. I do have one more thing for you, though. Did you know that the bite of a grizzly bear is strong enough to crush a bowling ball? A bowling ball.
You better hope a grizzly never bites your nut bag.
And what should I do if one does, Alexa?
I guess bite his nut bag back.
Yeah, I'll take that under advisement.
How about those shout-outs to Rat Nation, big boy, before your butt gets glued to that seat?
It's already glued, but you're right. Welcome to Rat Nation, now with 615 members. Aaron Bowen of Manchester, Vermont. Daphne Kerr of Bluefield, West by God, Virginia. Jerry Waller of Poplar Bluff, Missouri. And Provo, Utah, to Derek Quinn and Levi Massey in Costa Mesa, California. And around the globe to listeners in Toronto, Canada, Lule, Sweden. Also, Bangkok, Thailand, and Jakarta, Indonesia.
Now's your chance to be one of the few and the loud. Join Rat Nation at ratsasspodcast.com. Membership does have its rewards, you know.
All right, that's it for this episode of the Rat's Ass Podcast. Like I said, 2 more to go in 2025, but do go check out ratsasspodcast.com to get the entire Rat's Ass Podcast experience. You can listen to shows, read the blog, watch Rat's Ass Rock TV. Got our Christmas special up there. You can join Rat Nation during the open enrollment right now and connect with us on the socials. We'll do this again on Thursday, December 18th. Take good care of each other, and thanks for stopping by. The Rat's Ass Podcast.
The conversation continues between podcasts on X and ratsasspodcast.com. Rat's ratsasspodcast.com.
Fleabag, you want to take us home with those drums of yours over there? Yeah, let's do it. I'm telling you, the man has talent. The man has talent.